This is Salamancer, and you are watching SalTV Competitive Team Fortress 2 with evil brain slugs attached to people's heads. So that was definitely not the facial hair that we have come to expect out of this game. My god, that was loud, sorry. So I had to turn things down a little bit, but that's okay, because we do have the final round of the Gorgeous Gamers versus the finest crew in Starfleet. And we did see the crew sort of crumble last round. It is, you know, I'm going to spoil it now in case you just decided to switch to this video and only watch the last round like a jerk. But in the first round, Fleet was just crushing their opponents. And now in this final, or in the second round, I'm sorry, we should tell a story. I'm telling a story. I'm going to try and keep things linear and chronological. First round, Fleet won easily. But the second round, the Gorgeous Gamers looked like they actually understood what was happening on the map, and they crushed their opponents. So if the trend is to continue, I have to offer my analysis here. I would say the Gorgeous Gamers are going to handily win this round as well. Fleet's going to start taking things a little more seriously, but you do see, of course, everybody kind of on their main class. You've got Hero on the Scout, you've got Lansky on the Soldier, Banny on the Demo Man. That's a scary combo. KBK on the Med, too, and he's a very, very solid, very good invite-level medic. So, I gotta say, Gorgeous Gamers, they have the upper hand right now. Can Fleet actually come back and win this? That would be kind of the underdog story, I think. Gorgeous Gamers, everybody loves them, of course. They're awesome guys, but they're not the underdogs in this anymore because they are playing their main classes and they understand the map now. So they've definitely got the DM advantage. DM, of course, meaning deathmatch, which a lot of people ask me what that means, and I keep saying. But yeah, deathmatch just means like your skill at killing the enemies. Maybe some positioning thrown in there so you can kind of dodge as well. But yeah, DM basically is just how many kills you get and how good you are at it and your aim and blah, blah, blah. So far, we're watching Hero on defense. We haven't seen a lot of scout cams so far, but he's coming in after the Med and does force the pop. So Creep had to pop that pretty early. I'm liking the camera work, by the way, so let me know, guys, if you were liking this as well. KBK does decide to escape through the lower, goes for the crossbow and doesn't quite manage to get it. But yeah, I mean, this is really helping me tell the story because we actually get to see who forces the Ubers. We get to see all the important picks, the important telefrags. If you missed the telefrag, well, you're just going to have to go back and watch the other two videos because it was pretty hilarious. But if you didn't see the other two videos, you don't know what I'm talking about. So, there's your motivation. I hope you watch all the videos. If you don't, you know, if you've only got time to watch one round, obviously the last round is the best one to watch. I'm not going to lie. It decides the game, right? So, you know, you just skip to the last one. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. Sleepyhead looking for the kills, though, and he does manage to take down Biggie very easily. He's going to go for some more shots and does manage to get a headshot off there on Basic. But Basic was feeling pretty good. Oh, Dread Pirate Romeo, though, getting taken out. Now, this is a pretty darn good attack. Good attacking time for the Fleet so far. But the first point is fairly easy. What they do on the subsequent points is what's going to matter the most. Whoa! Are you joking? Sleepyhead with a nice shot there on Count Poundula. Of course, on his screen, he probably had just a fraction of a second more available to him than you might have otherwise thought. DL Man in a little bit of trouble. Oh no, that's not a great spot to decloak, but did anybody actually realize he's decloaking there? Yeah, they did. So Tyler gonna take that out real fast. Sorry, sir, but you have been shut down once again trying to go through that entrance. DL Man not having such luck going through there. And now Lansky's in. Oh, takes down Creep with a nice rocket. Here comes a free Uber for the red team. They don't have to worry about counter Uber from blue because it's free. Absolutely 100% free. Damage coming down, though. Lansky getting a nice kill there. And what is he doing? Okay. Apparently he doesn't want to use his mouse right now. But Shermanstein Gluck is still trying to keep the push alive. That card is very close to the second point. And Dave. Oh, Dave. Oh, Dave. Oh, Dave. You're in trouble. But he's going to try and he's going to get a reflect. Get the reflect. Okay, he dealt some damage. Going for the shotgun blast. And what is this sniper doing? Apparently he just likes to eat mailboxes. Because he was trying to zoom in, I guess, but on my screen that didn't look right. Good reflex coming in right now from Basic, and of course Basic is just an all-around good player. Now we've seen him play invite-level Soldier, and he was playing Scout earlier in the game. He has swapped off to Pyro, and Yaugifer is now on Yaugeifer? I don't know. Is now on the Scout. But it looks like Basic's team here, the best crew in Fleet, is best crew in Starfleet. I keep saying that's so wrong. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person. But the finest crew are starting to fall apart here, and Sleepyhead getting a nice kill there. Basic using the default flamethrower. Is that right? Yeah, he is. So that's an interesting choice as well. Apparently he likes the greater damage out of it, but he doesn't like the back burner or whatever for the air blast problems. Still doing some crazy reflects here, though. And Now he's going to have to deal with a sentry. Oh, nope. He's not going to have to deal with a sentry. He's going to have to deal with a respawn timer. Meanwhile, the counter Uber from our red team, they're actually walking out here and doing some pretty good damage. Now, Tyler will get taken out, but Med will get away, I think. KBK, of course, at 40 health, and I think he's gotten away from that. So the problem he's going to have now is that he's going to have, oh, Truck going for the kills. He does take down Poundula. Yeah, the high ground up here is starting to get lost a little bit to the Gorgeous Gamers. So, well, I mean, well, you know what I mean. Gorgeous Gamers are losing the high ground to their opponents. So they have, however, gotten a whole bunch of kills. And DL Man's in a little bit of trouble here of his own now. Sadly, Sleepyhead was getting just a little bit too, a little bit too frisky there, trying to chase down that spy. So the spy got away, baited him into his opponents. Truck, though, in a nice position. He's got to be careful about how easy he cloaks. He doesn't have a lot of cloak left. Going to at least go for the sap here on the teleporter. We'll take that down, so harassing the NGO is a good thing to do. Plus, you look at what happened to his cloak there. Every time you pick up engineer, building scraps, you get so much metal from those. Like, it's just 1 or 2 will completely refill your cloak. It's a nice thing. So there's a lot of benefit to harassing engineer stuff. And now Dave coming in for flank once again, but he is mowed down by that Dread Pirate. And Seabear is trying to maintain his teleport here. Gotta be careful about standing on that teleporter, Seabear. Please stop standing on your teleporters. But he's still trying to keep this sentry nest alive. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble against this spy now, though. And it's always tougher hitting the spies because you don't get that hit ding that's like registering whether you actually hit him. So, at least for me, it feels a little bit weird. And he does get finally taken out up there, but it feels a little bit weird when you're shooting at people and it doesn't register. It's like, am I actually aiming correctly at them? I don't know. So I always kind of like compensate for my aim, and then it just turns awful. DL Man's still in a little bit of trouble here, and his team is not able to push this cart. Once again, they're having difficulty on this point, so they've wasted a lot of time already. Oh, what a sick kill by Basic, though, reflecting a rocket into the enemy medic. KBK is down, and Basic is feeling like a hero. But Hero is starting to clean players up here, too. He's going to get in on top of the sniper. He wants to stop the cart, but he might not be able to. Well, no, it is still not being pushed. So Hero is just starting to play the cleanup crew role. Oh, finds an enemy scout down here. That's not something you see every day, but no, Yographer is going to get taken out. So I don't know if somebody called he was down there or what. And out, of course, we see the truck cam. Things are not looking good for the finest crew in fleet right now. They just lost their medic to a spy, although Litany doing some crazy damage. And so I can't even tell you whether that push is actually going to be successful or not. Right now the card is moving backwards. Sleepyhead's still covering it, so it's probably not. Oh, okay, I'm stupid. So it probably is going to work. I say retrospectively and completely redact everything I said before that. But no, Sleepyhead is looking like he's still in a pretty solid position here to die. DL Man, meanwhile, is in a solid position to live and continue destroying enemies. Now, 6 minutes 30 seconds have already elapsed, and there's a lot of trouble coming out here for the fleet right now. Banny is going to be able to deal a whole bunch of damage to his opponents. He will finally get taken out, but not before he slows that push considerably. And now we've got Tyler trying to stop things as well. This is just every little second they can buy where their opponents don't have the good positioning that they need. Every little second is golden because it gives them another second on attack to cap that cart and finish the round. Of course, if you don't know how stopwatch mode works, payload maps are played on stopwatch mode. I'm going to explain that real quick for those of you who may not understand it. But stopwatch mode means that each team is going to play both an attack and a defense in one round, and whoever gets the fastest time wins. Truck, I am so sorry. But yeah, whoever gets the fastest time caps the most points wins. So we're going to see that this is actually a pretty slow time so far. For, oh, Hero. No, where is the cabinet? Oh, you've got to know the map, Hero. This is not one of your standard ESEA maps. Right now, this is a pretty slow time, this round. DL Man coming in behind enemy lines, though. The enemy was already actually forced, and DL Man decided to just stand still for a little while. It's an interesting choice. But yeah, they already did bring Sherman around behind to force the Uber here from KBK. Plus, DL Man is still behind, so he could still do some damage. KBK trying to keep his back to a wall for the most part, but that spy's coming in. It's looking like he wants to get some stabs, and he does take down the heavy. So Tyler's down for the count. Seabear now trying his best to keep his team alive and safe here on this point, but it's not going to last that much longer. He wants to get the repairs on the sentry, though. And you know what? the more repairs he can get on that sentry, and the more he can get up to level 3, I would think, the better off they're going to be. Level 3 sentry is very difficult to take down. The rocket doesn't really add a lot of extra damage. What really matters about it is that when you've got a level 3 sentry, especially Wrangled, it's got so much HP, it's ridiculous. Sherman once again coming through this flank route though, and this is actually a route that you normally, I think you want to keep like a heavy in here, a heavy medic combo or something, because you could let your opponents get a lot of free damage if you let them get through these windows. But they are letting them get in so far. Basic just deciding to... oh my god! Basic with the reflex. He's so sick right now. Now, of course, he is at 35 health, and he will eventually die. But that was a pretty solid reflect on Lansky. Sadly, nobody else was able to follow it up, so it doesn't matter too much. Incoming heavy medic attack, though, and Lansky decides to just run away from that. He knows he's not going to be able to get away with anything, so he's getting back into the house, trying to keep himself alive. The cart is nowhere close to that third point, though, and this Uber, it was popped pretty much out of position. Now, the sentry should go down. It will. And this position is pretty good here at this point for the finest crew in Starfleet. They should be able to keep themselves alive long enough to get the pushes together. Good play with the sandwich there, trying to keep the med alive. But the med is in some trouble right now, going for the Ubersaw kill because that is the only option he felt like he had. And now, once again, Red Team hold down this point. There's only a minute and a half left to go. And I'm starting to think that the finest crew in Starfleet might not even be fine enough to cap this third point here on Swiftwater. It's actually a really tough point. And I've seen a lot of teams not cap it, especially in scrims and in pubs and whatever else. But Truck is continuing the engineer harassment. He wants to make sure that his opponents have to respawn and walk as far as possible, which is just going to delay the push that much longer. He's also getting in position to harass them as they have to walk through here. And they may not walk through that direction, I don't think. But actually they are, which is not really the right way to go in all cases. I don't know. But like I said, a minute left, and that cart's not getting anywhere near yet. Engineer getting taken down, and now the medic is getting chased by Hero. Hero going for a couple more kills here, maybe as well, although he did run into a little bit too much damage there. But Truck now behind enemy lines once again, going for a chain stab, and he does manage to get three! Geographer, Count Poundula, and a Litany, and now he's trying to finish people off with that revolver. There's only 30 seconds left, as the announcer so helpfully reminds us, and I think this is going to actually be the end of this round. Of course, judging by the time left in the video, you might be able to think that too. Unless I might be releasing a fourth video. Never know. But Banny gets a nice kill there on the Dread Pirate Romeo. And now doing some crazy Banny pipes to finish off DL Man. A nice taunt, and he actually gets saved by the Uber. So, letting DL Man know who's boss. It is still Banny, still the boss, and that is a failure to get the third point from the finest crew in Starfleet. So Gorgeous Gamer is going to continue their winning streak, possibly. I think they've got what it takes here. They have to get basically 2 points in 6 minutes and 30 seconds, and I think they'll probably even do it before that. They've got a very, very solid roster. Of course, they've got a whole bunch of dominations right now. It's kind of what you get on defense, especially if you have a really dominant defense like that. But I think they'll probably continue the dominations as things stand now. Now the final defense is going to be set up for the finest crew in Starfleet. They lost a player again, and it is the Scout. Scout is not in the game right now, so hopefully they get him back. But I mean, at this point, the game is almost over. Some of them might be feeling a little bit frustrated because they're going to have to defend that second point for a long time. And even if they manage to defend it for a long time, they then have to defend the third point. If they lose the third point, they lose the game, because they never capped. Okay, so this is where stopwatch gets a little weird, I'm sorry. But they never capped the third point. So if they lose the third point, then their opponents win by default, because, oh, well, we capped one more point than you, therefore we are the victors. So they've got a doubly hard defense to play here because they fail. And here comes a Kritzkrieg. But it didn't actually get any kills yet. And still hasn't. There you go, finally taking down Dave AC. Some good pill aim here from Litany, but it may not be quite enough. Truck's taken down, but their medic is gone. I like the Crits play. It was an interesting idea. I've seen it happen before on Swiftwater because the spawn doors are so wide open. It's actually a really easy thing to do, but Banny's going to jump right in and start trying to lay down some damage. Takes down Geographer easily, predicting where he's going to go with his stickies, but Shermanstein, with the escape plan, is not going to let him get away with that. Truck wants to keep the cart pushing for a little while here. And so many players now dead for the defenders. They are already going to lose this first point really fast, which, you know, when you're running a Kritzkrieg on defense, yeah, it's probably what's going to happen. I mean, to be fair, the Kritzkrieg can be really useful But if you can't keep your players alive, then it's not useful. And in this case, they can't keep their players alive, so the Gorgeous Gamers are already well on their way to a victory. You see Banny trying to clear the path to the second point right away, because the faster they do that, the faster this game will be over, and they won't have to worry about capping that third point at all. They'll just cap the first 2 points in a faster time than their opponents did. The cart's getting pushed. Tyler is trying to keep his team moving forward, and he wants to get these kills, but right now he's having to hoover up some of those... Oh, incoming crits again! This is an interesting idea. He does take down Hero and Dave right away, and there goes Banny as well. They weren't able to get KBK, though. KBK is still on 75% Uber, so the blue med is still alive, and that will keep the push alive. The cart getting across that first point. There's 5 minutes left to go just for the team. Oh, my. Sorry, Romeo. That's what happens when you got Steel Fist out. I don't think he's taking things very seriously right now. Maybe he was just out of ammo, but usually you don't try and charge at people with the Steel Fist. That doesn't work too well. Sentry getting attacked already. Lansky doing a really good job of spamming that out, and now he's trying to keep the med from getting away. Tyler will finish off Creep, but Lansky did most of the damage there. Now he takes down Basic, who apparently was on the Engineer. This game is over. I don't think the Heavy cares. Cards getting pushed ×2 right now, and it's pretty much dead time, ladies and gentlemen. Lansky jumping all over the place, playing like a true Invite soldier, and just wrecking face right now with that rocket launcher. He wants a little bit of heals from the med, maybe play some pocket soldier for a little bit, which is not a usual thing in Highlander, but who cares? Banny landing on a rail and dying. It doesn't even matter. The cart's getting pushed. Tyler is guarding the spawn right now. And what are you going to do about that? Well, you're going to die. That's it. That's game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to youtube.com/fatmop for more TF2 action. I enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoyed the post-produced cast as well. So stick around, guys.